What's going on, my fellow deplorables? Welcome back to the show. Late night comedy is no longer comedy. It's no longer funny. It's just a bunch of leftist woke propaganda being pushed by a bunch of middle-aged dudes who aren't funny. And the worst of these individuals is Jimmy Kimmel by far.
He just sucks. He sucks so hard.
His show is not watchable. It's not even watchable. And the ratings prove this. The ratings are in the toilet along with a 12-inch dump.
Like a dump in it.
A big, huge dump right next to Jimmy Kimmel's ratings. His viewership is dropped by 40+%. Nobody is watching his show.
You ruined it.
Well, the other night, Kimmel spent an entire episode going after 3 people. Guess who those 3 people were? Donald Trump, ding, ding, ding. Elon Musk, ding, ding, ding. And Tucker Carlson.
He became predictable.
How predictable.
You literally cannot make this up. If one of these late night networks was smart, they would put on a comedian who was middle center. If you put on a comedian who was right smack dab in the middle and made fun of both parties, that show would have millions and millions of viewers.
$1 million.
But Kimmel, he doesn't understand that because his brain is infected with the woke mind virus. Let's take a look at his opening monologue where he goes after Trump, Tucker, and Elon Musk. There's nothing funny about this.
It's embarrassing. Thanks. I hope you had a good weekend. I got to tell you, for me, it's always a fun start to the weekend when I'm in the car with 5, 6-year-olds on the way home from a long birthday party day at Universal Studios. Suddenly, everybody you know starts texting, "Did you see what Trump said about you?" all at once. And then the kids start asking, "What did Donald Trump say about you?" Well, kids, what the former president of the United States said about me and Stephen Colbert and all the late night hosts, I guess, is this: these losers are dying. They are bad for our country, which is in serious decline. Nobody wants to watch this negativity anymore. There's nothing funny about them. They're highly overpaid, easily replaceable fools.
It's 100% true. It is 100% true. Their ratings are down over 40%. If you took Jimmy Kimmel off the air and you put in somebody who was smack dab in the middle, made fun of the left, made fun of the right, that show would get millions and millions of viewers. It would be a huge success. And Jimmy Kimmel is too infected. He's already gone. His brain is just mashed potatoes. And that is because he has the woke mind virus, and he will never see that his show is in decline. He thinks he's righteous. He thinks what he is doing is a righteous cause. And that's why his show will continue to decline, and eventually he'll get the axe. If you took away the laugh track tries to convince your brain that it's actually funny, but it's not. Just him saying some woke propaganda and then followed by a recording of people laughing. It's not funny.
And yet, unlike you, we still have our jobs, so it's...
Not for long.
Listen to Vladimir Gluten talking about negativity. He is out of his mind right now. I know he's been crazy for a long time, maybe even forever.
He's still stuck on the Vladimir Putin stuff. Still stuck on the Russia stuff. They are fascinated with Russia. They are so fascinated with Russia. The left is in love with accusing people of being Russian spies, Russian agents. What is this? The Cold War? Are we stuck in the Cold War? I mean, Russia. What's their fascination with Russia?
But it's ratcheting up, I'm telling you. He was on this podcast. It's called Full Send. It's these young guys who goof around. Their last guest before Trump was on was a porn star. And the week before that, it was Don Jr.
We've never, as a country, been in
the Full Send podcast. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it is much funnier than the Jimmy Kimmel show. 100 times funnier than Kimmel.
Danger that we're in right now. You have other countries, and in particular Russia, but other countries talking the N-word, which is the nuclear word in this case. And you can't use that term. You can't use...
Because there's 2 N-words, right?
There are 2 N-words, right? There's
Which
2
one's
N-words.
worse?
They're both real bad.
Yeah. This is why they never let him on Sesame Street. Why he's constantly bringing up the N-word now when talking about nuclear war, I don't...
Because we are sending billions of dollars to a country that is at war with your favorite word, Russia. I believe that's why. Because China is posturing to deplatform the US dollar, because China is posturing to maybe make an attempt at taking Taiwan. That's probably why he's mentioning it.
I don't know. I think it's a mystery to maybe even him included, but this is his bigly thing now.
Your real global warming would be nuclear global warming. That's a warming that will take seconds. And that's a warming that will melt granite. You know what granite is? It's a very powerful, very hard stone. If you take a look at Hiroshima, or Hiroshima, as a lot of people call it.
That's right. It's trying to be fair.
Absolutely true. These leftists like Kimmel are pushing this global warming, green propaganda, but they've been calling for this for hundreds and hundreds of years. But as soon as somebody presses that button, global warming doesn't matter. And it seems like we're getting closer and closer to somebody pushing that button. You have a world leader like Donald Trump bringing that to light, and Kimmel wants to make fun of him.
Eric got him for Christmas. This was quite a meeting of the minds. The host asked Trump to weigh in with one-word assessments on some notable individuals, and like any good president, he did.
Elon Musk. One word.
One word, smart.
Joe Biden.
Dumb. No.
Kim Jong-un.
Interesting. Very interesting.
O.J. Simpson, which we had on this podcast.
Well, I knew
actually.
O.J. very well. I knew him very well. I better not get into it. I knew O.J. so well.
Cheater on the golf course?
No, I don't think he cheats. But I'd say golf. I mean, he loves playing golf. I just say golf because I want to be very nice. You know, that was a terrible situation.
Yeah, it was. That one he handles delicately. The one question he thinks twice about answering in his whole life, Kim Jong-un, no problem. O.J., all I'll say is he loves golf.
Trump is 20 times funnier than Jimmy Kimmel could ever be, and Kimmel doesn't get that.
Oh, I did want to mention, I don't know if you know, Twitter erased all the blue check marks for anyone who refused to pay $8 a month. Well, over the weekend, a lot of people with more than 1 million followers had their check marks restored, including me, which is annoying because I don't want anyone to think I'm giving money to Elon Musk, which I...
So Kimmel felt the need to go on his monologue and issue a PSA telling his viewers that he is not giving money to Elon Musk. You see, these woke, liberal, crazed individuals who refuse to pay $8 a month, Kimmel's probably making $15 million a year, but he refuses to give Elon Musk $8 a month. That's because these woke losers are coalescing together, refusing to pay Elon because they think his politics don't align with their politics. Complete clowns. These individuals are clowns.
Somehow this genius managed to change what was a status symbol, that blue check mark, into the internet equivalent of a cold sore on your lip. He gave Twitter herpes. And because of that, a lot of people who had their check marks restored wanted to make things clear. Bette Midler wrote, "Yes, Elon gave me back my blue check, but I didn't pay for it."
Oh, because Bette Midler made a tweet. That means it is the righteous thing to do. Who gives a damn what Bette Midler did? Who gives a damn what Jimmy Kimmel did? I think Twitter's much better since Elon purchased it. In fact, I wasn't even using Twitter before Elon purchased it.
Lil Nas X tweeted, "Oh, on my soul, I didn't pay for Twitter."
Now he's referencing Lil Nas X, the weirdest freakazoid of a human being on planet Earth. This individual is a satanic, demonic weirdo, and you're referencing Lil Nas X.
Blue, "You will feel my wrath, Tesla man." And Trixie Mattel wrote, "I did not pay for Twitter."
Now he's referencing a drag queen, Trixie Mattel. "I did not pay for Twitter Blue."
Blue, you effing pig. Which, it's really something. How could you screw Twitter up this much? All they do is post little messages. There's nothing. It's like screwing up Ben & Jerry's. It's like if Ben & Jerry said, "Yeah."
What percentage of the U.S. population agrees with what Kimmel is saying? I would say it's the extreme far left, right? Maybe 15, 20% of the U.S. population agrees with him. Why don't you try to market your show to 100% of the U.S. population? If you're smack dab in the middle, You can market your show to 100% of the US population. Why do these networks continue to put these woke losers on air? Hire somebody in the middle, make fun of both sides, and you would have an extremely successful late night comedy show, unlike Kimmel's show, which is dying, literally dying. He will not be on air in 5 years. If anybody wants to make a bet with me, I will put down $5,000. We'll put it in an escrow account. And if Kimmel still has his show in 5 years, you win. If he is fired, I win.
Yeah, we have a good business, but these flavors are too liberal. What if we did a Heil Van Hitler? At least Twitter's still in business, for now anyway. I know a guy who could probably use one of those big blue 20% off coupons to cheer him up right now, and you probably know him too.
We have some news from within our Fox family. Fox News Media and Tucker Carlson have mutually agreed to part ways. Tucker's last show was this past Friday.
That's right. Fox News has severed bow ties with Tucker Carlson. After all these years, they are parting ways, which means he was fired. I mean, that's really what parting ways means. Tucker was said to be stunned by the move. It reportedly was in the middle of renegotiating his contract. Someone released a photograph of Tucker's face the moment he found out he was being fired, and you can see he was surprised, to say the least.
What is going to be ironic about this segment is that the exact same thing is going to happen to Jimmy Kimmel. He will be fired. He will be let go. There is no way the network can continue to pay his massive inflated salary to not bring viewers in. His show is suffering. His show is dying. It's not funny. He's losing viewers by the 100,000, and eventually the network will fire him. And he's taking his victory lap. He's taking his victory lap tonight, but it won't last long.
Tucker couldn't be reached for comment. He's already on a plane to Moscow to meet with his manager. But
once again, Russia. The Russia jokes are nonstop. These leftist lunatics have an obsession with Russia. Jimmy Kimmel gets an erection. He gets a hard-on every time he thinks about Vladimir Putin and Russia. Russia, Russia, Russia. What is their obsession with Russia?
what a shock. I mean, what an absolutely delightful shock this is. They say Rupert Murdoch made this decision himself. This is more like an episode of Succession than last night's episode of Succession. And that wasn't the only dramatic cable news beheading announced today. About a few minutes after the
That is about as much as I can take of Jimmy Kimmel. Absolutely no funny jokes in that segment. I actually think Trump was funnier than Kimmel, and that's saying something. He is obsessed with Russia. All of them are. The left is obsessed with Russia. I don't know why. What is their obsession? If you have any insight on that, let me know in the comments. But that is not funny. That is not comedy. That is obsession with left-wing propaganda. And people don't want to watch that. People don't want to see that. Nobody is watching that crap. Love you guys. Catch you in the next video. Until next time.